So I let the game run overnight. And I kid you not, I haven't even actually turned the game off for what is about 24 hours now. And look at the game, still perfectly stable. And now that all that time has passed, do I have many products. Look at this, 1,000 drones, many large towers. Matter of fact, I just increased the amount I have. Those are going to be key to our world domination. And so many large logistic vessels. Oh yes, we are prepared. But wait, there's more. All the way over here, we have our Deuteron fuel rods. Look at that, completely maxed out. Not even room for a single bit more. And as it turns out, I've got a lot of research now complete. Look at that, look at all of that research. I can stack buildings so high, it's ridiculous. We even have more stuff I can do here. How about that? Might as well just go ahead and queue up a few more things. Ooh, vertical construction, there we go, even more. Plus more to logistics, oh yes. Although I did run into one problem. This entire system actually backed up and everything stopped. I don't know for how long, but it did stop for a good long while. And that had everything to do with me just having too much hydrogen. As it turns out, I can't have too much of a good thing. Oh gosh, look at this. Endless fuel rods. So now a good question is just how many buildings can I stack high? 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, beautiful. Now you might be thinking what the next natural step is now that I have all of these towers and all of these drones. Well, let me fly you on over here to kind of show you an example of what I'm looking to do. Exhibit A. Here I have a building. This is just a local planetary logistic system here. Inside of here I have copper ingots, some silicon, and some circuit boards right here. As it turns out, you can actually adjust how much of each thing you have, just like that. Isn't that cool? That way you don't oversupply something like this. Set a couple filters, run that out to as many assembly machines as you need, and then start building up a whack ton of buildings. In this case, you can see I have an appetite for many solar panels. In other news, we're actually starting to finally run out of our starting resources. You can see that this is no longer quite as populated as it used to be. We do have a finite amount of materials in the world, or in the solar system. Iron is just about depleted over here. Matter of fact, some of these have stopped running. Now, while something like this might be a little bit concerning, the reality is I've only tapped into this much, and there's still all of that to go. And that's just one planet. If we zoom out further, well, we've got all of these different solar systems. We can't quite see what's inside of there. We need another level of research to kind of see how many materials we have. I don't know if we can ship materials between solar systems, but I would assume so. Ooh, the neutron star. Oh, that's fancy. Look at that. You know, come to think of it, world domination is kind of close-minded. I really need to be thinking on an intergalactic level. Yes. Holy moly, look at how cool that is. Oh, I love it. So cool. Alright, so I've put off upgrading all of these towers as long as humanly possible. Now to rip them down and rebuild them. I think this is a great opportunity where the game could make a little bit of an improvement, where you can just upgrade existing buildings like this. If I could just take this and slap a machine down right in its exact space with all of its same ingredients and everything, except for it's a Mark II or a Mark III, oh, that would be so much better. But can't do that, so I gotta think of a way to actually get all of the resources inside of here out and then do something with them. Thankfully, I have lots and lots of large storage units. So here's what I'm going to do. This will be my personal inventory. This is everything inside the tower. So slap that in there, slap that in there, and then come on over here, set the demand to 0, supply to 0. So that stops all the drones. And then if I click on this, right click on it, hold to 5,000, you can see, there we go. I now have all of that stuff out of there. I don't know if this will show up for you, but now I'm going to use the snipping tool just to take a quick little screenshot of what I got going on here. Or I suppose I could just do this. There we go. So now I know what is going where. Let's see what happens when I do this. I should have made these bigger the first time. Oh well. There's the upgraded one. Okay, so the organic crystals go in and they come out right there. The next thing is plastic. Alright, there we go. One upgraded. Not exactly the end of the world, but it does take a couple minutes to do. Alright, so there we have it. I've now upgraded all of these towers. That gives me access to ship out and request many, many more things. However, there's a lot more than that in the game. So if I am to take this to a higher level. Well, I can't stop here. The factory must grow. Somewhere on this planet is a ton of resources that I have yet to exploit. Alright, so I'm on the other end of the planet. This is what it used to look like before we built the crap out of it. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. But you could say that I have copper, I've got stone, and I've got iron all right here. So let's slap a big tower down and get things running. Slap down some miners real quick. There we go, that's one. Doesn't really matter as long as I've covered everything. Not really worrying about this being too pretty. I just want to make sure that I can build this very, very quickly. So I do that. Set up this as well. 1, 2, nice. So that right there runs 216 per minute, which I think is pretty darn quick. And there we have it, the really fast belt. I think this is capable currently of 1,800 items per minute. So faster than what we got going with just one of these miners. But if I connect all of them, you know, and just run the tier 3 conveyor belt back, then yeah, you can see just how fast that'll go. But technically speaking, I don't think I need that all the way around. Now, I was debating whether or not I wanted to do the smelting over here, but I've decided not to do that. I think if I bring everything back to one spot to do all of the smelting and stuff, I'd get a much better appreciation for the grand scale of things. So even though this might be super inefficient, I think it'll be really cool. And if I need more towers, I'll just build more towers. All right, so there we have it. Now I've got stone, copper, and iron. And all of this is a local and remote supply. So I've got like the basic ingredients that I can use to build just about anything. Okay, so that's part of the theory. I can go ahead and absorb everything and bring it into a tower, which I can then ship away. But the other half of this is actually the opposite, taking it out of the tower and doing something with it. So how we make use of that is by doing stuff like this. So let's say I have another building right here. From this, I can go ahead and start to do something a bit like this, where I bring this out. And I can go even more aggressive with it, bringing multiple out at the same time. And for this, I can say I want to bring in iron ore, and just set that up as demand. Now, what I've got going on here is this number, where I just set up all of these smelters right next to it. Now, what does it take to make a smelter? It takes some circuit boards, iron ingots, some stone. What are the raw ingredients, though? Iron ore, copper. So if I do this, copper, stone, and I just set this to a fairly low number, and I just say, local demand. I can go ahead and bring this stuff over here, if I don't already have the building on hand, and grab what I need out of there real quick. Jump on over here. How many smelters do I need? Well, I can make like 46 of them. So out of these different ports, I can start to bring out iron, just like this. Now I know that this will move 720 items per minute. So when I take this building and I set it to iron ingots, or in this case magnets, and then we give it a little bit of power, you can see what I'm doing here. We're connecting this stuff up. That does 40 a minute. So take that, divided by 40, means that I need 18 of these per Mark II conveyor. So here's how I'm going to solve that. That will just run like this. We'll get rid of some of this power real quick, and then I bring in all of these smelters. Take this line and wrap it around just like that. That's all I need to do. And then this whole plan will just start to snowball. So what I got going on over here is going to be the same thing, but you know what? I think I'm going to do iron ingots. And those are 60 a minute, so I don't even need as many. So now that I have all that, I could just start doing the sorters. You get the idea. Alright, so there we have it. So now I should have one complete line of iron ingots just flowing in there. Only on a Mark II belt though, so I do need some components in order to get my Mark III belts up and running a little bit faster, and then I can go and set this up on its massive scale. Jeez. Okay, that's a lot of magnets. Beautiful, I love it. Looks like we're missing a little bit of power right there. Boop. So that's just 2 conveyor belts. And look at all these drones flying from one spot to the other. So I'm going to take this concept and scale it up massively. I guess the real question is, where am I going to do all of this? I've just about crammed as much stuff into the middle here as I dare. Although I could continue to do even more. It's never going to hold everything I'm planning to do. So I think I will expand outward. However, I kind of want to maintain a little bit of gap of what was old and what will be new. So I'll leave 20 tiles right here and then try to build out from there. Though I don't think I'm going to have what it takes to fill in this water. I think I'm going to need a lot of soil, which I currently don't have. Take that, planet. You thought you were safe. Not even close. Uh-oh, I'm gonna run out a lot of soil right here. This is all water. Just look at that soil piles. They're just dropping like crazy. No, I don't have enough. Crap. There it is. I'm out of dirt. I need to go dredge some from somewhere. I think if I go like that and find some high ground, I can pull up some soil. Here. Like this. There we go. See, I pulled up some soil. Take that. Just don't look over here. You know what? I need a lot of soil. So let's go to a different planet so I don't end up ruining this one. So if we fly on out... where's a good planet to go for? This one, all the way over there. One of the upgrades I got allows me to fly a lot faster. So instead of 1,000, I can now do 2,000 meters per second. If you take a look at my mech here, look at all this power. Jeez, these things are so... they last forever. And I also unlocked this thing called the Space Warper. I'm guessing that's what's going to allow me to fly to different solar systems and stuff. Notice how my speed's going down as I travel away from the sun. The gravitational pull actually does play a factor in how you move around. Oop, I don't want to miss this. Here we go. All right, is there high ground somewhere? Oh yeah, look at that, I'm pulling up dirt. Perfect. See, didn't you know? Dirt is truly the most precious resource. At least to those mortals still living. There we go. Dig up the whole planet. All of it. You know what? As it turns out, some of this area over here consumes some, while others are not so much. Let's focus on the real rich stuff real quick. Oh yeah. There we go. I want all of that. An interstellar gold mine of dirt right here. Yes. Look at that. I'm up to 288,000 now. That's probably good enough. And we're back. Boom. All right, so back to filling in our ocean. We didn't like that anyhow. Another ring all the way around the planet. Now, just out of curiosity, how does this look? Oh yeah. That's gonna work. But there's one thing I need to do before then. I need to put another tower right here. I have some magnets that need to be delivered. Oh my gosh, look at how many are in transit. Are you kidding me? 1,600, 1,700, over 2,000? We're about to see quite a train just come flying. 2,004 more? Am I gonna get all 5,000 in one trip? There's a little bit. Oh, here it comes. Yes. That is beautiful. I love it. What if we go to the planet view? Oh, that's cool. That looks awesome. Give me more drones. I want more. Oh. Okay, well, there we have it. Magnets acquired. Now, if I set that to magnets, I should be able to start to make a lot of this stuff quite a bit faster. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong ring. Whoops. Alright, you know what? I was trying to plan this out, and I need more space. Alright, so let's try this again. I want... Uh-oh, things aren't going to line up quite right. The spacing on the planet kind of does some weird things. Oh wow, watch this. I'm bringing the demand of the items I'm actually going to craft right in here. Same sort of deal with this. Holy moly, look at all that stuff. Look at all those. So many drones. Okay, so now if this arrangement worked out good, I should be able to cover everything I need using just simple little towers, a bit like this. Okay, maybe not so perfect, but... Alright, so I want to bring in copper as well, because I need to smelt that up. So we'll do local demand, we'll bring that in, and I'll do a similar thing over here. Woo! Alright. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Alright, so inside of here, I want to give this a new thing. Local supply. Just like I now have a local supply of that, and a local supply of that. I think that's all I can do with this one. Alright, so the next thing I want to make is the magnetic coils. So for that, I need the magnet rings and the copper things, which luckily I have both of those right here. Does this allow me to... It does. Okay, cool. I know that wasn't a complete thought. Here, this is what I'm talking about. I can do this number where I bring in the resource I need, and then I do this number where I take out the resource I'm producing. Honestly, this is stuff I should have been doing way before I did all of that, but you know what? Whatever. My priorities are backwards. If you've watched enough of my videos, you probably have figured that out by now. Alright, if I dump that out right there, then I can make this work. The thing is, each one of these that go back and forth, they need to be over there, and each one that dumps off, well, and there we have it, just like that. Magnetic rings zipping away. Look at all these towers I have. They're like not even far away from each other. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're still at 58 frames, believe it or not. So the question is all of this having a big effect on the power? Well, at least charging this does. I don't know about the drones. They don't seem to be consuming all that much energy, so... But definitely manufacturing this much stuff, I mean, that's got to add up. Hey, you know what else I need? I need gears. Luckily, I have everything I need right here. Boop. And here we have it. Yet another tower. Copy, paste, 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 paste. And I've got a plan for the power things now. I can do this, and I can actually put a mirrored block right over there and just cover this whole area. Or you know what? I can kind of get a little bit more fancy with it. And possibly put it right there. Tile it up a little bit. And there we have it. Almost a complete belt. I wonder why that isn't complete. What's up? These are all... Oh, because of power. That's what's up. I'm charging this tower. Well, that will be solid once it's done. Yes, this is some production. I like it. It's looking delicious. Of course, now that I have gears and iron ingots, it's probably a good idea for me to start making conveyor belts. And by making conveyor belts, I mean lots of conveyor belts. Because I'm certainly already making them. There we go, plugging all of those in. That is that. You know what? The only thing I would say about this that I shouldn't be doing, even though I am clearly doing it, is that I'm taking one and I'm using two full things. I have exactly what I need, if I do this number, to run that out and use all of it. Now that probably didn't make much sense to anybody, but here, let me try to say that again. I have one full line of iron being consumed here, so by the time it gets past there, there's nothing left. So what I really need to do is bring in a second line of iron for the conveyors alone. Or at least, I don't know, double down over here. And that's probably work good enough. This might even be a good spot for a splitter, which of course this is in the way. So I guess that splitter is a combiner this time. Ha! Alright, I'm on a roll. Next item. Ooh, a triple item. And then when we try to take a conveyor out of here, boom. I don't know, this whole thing seems to work a whole lot better when you go back and forth this way. Maybe I'll rip it down and try it one more time. I'm just not really happy with that. Remember how I said this was going to be so that I could build things fast? Here I am again, trying to find, you know, the perfect little arrangement so that it looks right. I can't help it. I will spend forever just building and then rebuilding everything. Just as long as it looks cool in the end, I'll be happy. Ha! Just like that. Alright. I think I got it this time. Oh man. I can't tell you how many times I deconstructed that and reconstructed that. It's a bit of almost a bit embarrassing. I just had to make it look just right, and then kind of was like, oh, what if I tried that? No, then it didn't look right. Over and over and around I went, and I know I'm looking at that. Nah. See, now that was completely unnecessary. You know how close you'd actually have to look to see something like that? Whatever. Okay, so now that is going to dump all of those little motors, tier 1 motors, out. Why am I dumping out over here? That needs to be magnets. There we go. So then I take the motors and I upgrade them instantly. I guess I add some windings to it or something. And then dump them right back there. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm done looking at it. It's good enough. I'm not, no more. I need to go eat. It's already about 8 p.m. and I have yet to have dinner. I've been here for hours. I'm sure many of you guys can relate. There you go. There we go. Upgraded motors. This is actually something I really needed. So I really wanted to push to get back to this point, because right now a lot of the things I'm trying to do are limited by how many of those upgraded motors I have. They're just used in all sorts of things. The other question is, how fast is this? 30 per minute? Crap. Oh, I'd need 24 of these things. This was going to be a really long line. A reasonable question would be, do I really need that many motors? Of course, that would be way too reasonable. I'm not after such logical solutions. Whatever. We'll get this oil line out of here. Maybe, eventually, never. Probably never. Oh, I even forgot to reconnect this one. Somewhere my base is starving for oil. Alright, so now just take this, keep on going. Whee. Can I just say, how? How are we still at 60 FPS? Like, this game hasn't even dipped a little bit. It just keeps on trucking. Oh, there we go, 55. Ha! I'm getting there. Look at the electromagnetic turbine. I thought it was a motor. Guess it's been a turbine this whole time. Leave it to me to take 50 hours to actually read a name correctly. There we go. Copy. Paste. I hope I never run out of those little green turbine things ever again. Alright, well this is doing pretty good. However, I think I've discovered a bit of an issue. It consumes too much iron. I simply don't have enough to supply everything. Yeah, if we take a look at this, I am trying to... The thing is, I'm running this iron as fast as I can, but it doesn't work. Believe it or not. Now let's grab the faster conveyor and slap that down. Look at that iron go. Zip. If you take a larger look at what's going on here, yeah, I'm mining as fast as I can. So I'm outrunning my miners. That's what's up. So for the first time ever, I don't have what it takes on this planet to fuel my manufacturing, which is perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. All right. Yeah, we got plenty of power. Let's go. Let's go. Out. So we'll do something normal for once. We'll just kind of slap down a building. We'll go over here with our miners, and then we'll take this and we'll just pump it in there like that. Boom. Now I've already got power on this planet, so I should be good to go. Now, inside of here, local supply, remote supply. That means we should actually start to ship these things away. Alright, so I set up 3 more miners over there. 2 more conveyors going in. I'll try to build up even more iron. You know what, I might as well just hang out here for a little bit. Put down some more. And there we go. Now we've got a couple more lines running in here. Same sort of deal, this time with copper. Shows just how quickly you can scale things once you get these towers going. So long as you have the power, that is. I wonder, out of curiosity, what happens if I was to say Bring me some conveyors. Local demand. No, that's not what I want. Remote demand. Do I even have those hooked up to anything? I don't think I do. That was the thing I was building up for next time with all of the little green motors. If I just wanted tier 1 conveyors, maybe I want 1,000 of them. I could say remote demand, and boom, just like that, they're in transit. See, that's what I'm looking for. Just basically being able to set that up, pick whatever I want, and have it fly to me. So while I don't have the manufacturing automated, I can at least request those motors. So I could just say remote demand, boom, there we go. A bunch of those are on the way. Makes me wonder if, is that them? Is that, where are they? Oh, there's the conveyor belts. Wow, that goes pretty quick. And then I'll take that and I'll just set it down to nothing. I could say clear and reset, pulls it all into my inventory. But now I could just do this number. Haha. And I can honestly build conveyors faster than I can lay them out. So it's not like it's a big deal. I actually am trying to outpace my construction right now. It takes a lot to do it. If I stop laying out conveyors for even a moment, I'm not outpacing it. My drones are just only so fast. Here, I'll try real hard now. That goes way up there. I was at like 200 and some when I started this. It's 150. Now by the time I move. Alright, so after I have routed these over here as fast as I can, it seems as if I've been making more than I can lay out. So that kind of changes my perspective on whether or not I really need to automate the conveyor construction. I mean, I know it's definitely a nice to have, but all I gotta do is request 2 things, and then I just have all of these conveyors. But that's only the tier 2s, that's not the tier 3s. Alright, so there we have it, boatloads of resources being picked up, shoved into this thing, and as we can see, we are already outpacing our demand on the other end, which is good. Exactly what I wanted to see. And let's chase our iron ore here. Oh man, look at how fast that thing is. I can't even keep up. Holy moly, look at these drones. Oh, yes. Glorious. I like it. Oh, just when I thought I was done, I actually have a couple of these orbit collectors. Question, what is this thing going to do? Now that I look at it, it makes me think that it's going to be a tower like this that actually goes out and then flies something to another planet or something. I thought it was actually a piece of equipment that was going to be in orbit around a planet. Maybe. Oh, I can't place it. Oh, hold up. Alright, so I think what happens here, I can't land on a gas giant. I know I can't. I've already tried. Oh, wait a minute. I'm flying above it. The orbit collector can only be built at the equator. Oh. Okay. Where's your equator? Right up here. Okay. Just when you thought the game couldn't get any cooler. Nope. This thing pops up. Am I there yet? Where is your equator? Found it. Put in place by the smallest possible drone. Oh!
You have built an orbital collector, which can collect the resources of this gas giant automatically.
Oh, so it powers itself. Local storage, remote supply. Okay, whatever. Well, buddy, I've got even more. Ha 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 ha. That is just too cool. So inside of here, we've got deuterium, which is what I was already using to fly around right now. So I've kind of already got this stuff, but hey, fuel and power is power, man. I'm not gonna say no. All right, so here we have a full line of circuit boards and then the microcrystalline running into this tower right here. Nice. So one of the biggest bottlenecks I faced up until now is the processor. It's just used in, things like the assembler and all that stuff. It's used everywhere. So I need a ton of these. So to do that, I'm gonna bring these out just like this. So I'm making them and I'm putting them into this tower, and then actually I'm just going to take all of this and run it right down here. So now the question is, how fast do those things run? Well, if I do it like this, please don't be 15. Please don't be 15. Okay, 20. That's still pretty slow. Yeah, she would require 36 of these. There's got to be a Mark III of this thing. It is, but it's all the way down here, which of course requires this stuff to make it. So at least there's only 3 components, so I can just do this. Now I got the 2 that are in and the 1 that is out. All right, so that's 18. That is half of a belt. Click, 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 click. And here we have it. CPUs. Nice. We'll set that to a limit of 5,000. And like always, I'm just gonna, oops, I think I can just, yeah, there we go. Fill it with drones. Right off the bat, we can already see little CPU drones flying off to go deliver it somewhere. Wow, this is big. We're down to 50 frames. Hey, it only took this much, but we're getting there. However, as you can see, I'm about 2/3 of the way around my second ring. So it won't be long, and I'm starting to suspect that I'm going to need a third ring. Oh man. High purity silicon, which I'm actually already refining somewhere else, but I'll still do it over here because we want to see the full scale of it. Because I want my computer to melt. All right. Whew. That is complete. One more section down. This one's a little bit different in that I did the graphite there, silicon there, and then kind of ran one up the middle and came back around. I'm getting a little bit more advanced with it. And it looks like I only have room for one more in this ring. Oh, the fact that I have to say this ring makes me know that I'm gonna need a whole nother one. I'm still working on the basic materials, let alone the more advanced stuff, let alone the buildings. Oh, wow. And I'm still at 55 frames per second. This is unacceptable. Yes, yes, yes. I can finally make the super magnetic rings. These things have been holding me up quite a bit. If I make those, another fairly large set of dominoes will fall down. Just keep pushing. Super magnetic ring. All right, so not only am I going to make the super magnetic rings here, but I'm also going to make the particle containers. They happen to need those little electromagnetic turbines as well. So that kind of lets me do double duty, which means I need to bring graphene in over here. Turns out I have it somewhere on the map, so in it comes. And I don't need to bring in the carbon tubes because I actually have the carbon tubes over here. I just kind of need to get them there. So I can do that. As far as the carbon, I don't need to do a whole lot about that. I can actually just use what I already have and then run a conveyor back over here like this. Whoop. Now, if I had to guess, this stuff's going to be kind of slow to produce. Yeah, 20 per minute, so real slow. 15 per minute, oh, even slower. Okay, so basically, if I want to make a lot of these, which I don't think I really need to make a crap ton of them, but you know what, I've got the space, so I'm just going to fill it. Go, very long conveyor. Alright, this is just going to have to be good enough. Oh boy, another 1,000 clicks. Something, I can't keep track of all the clicks. I've messed this up so many times. It's over there, on that one, and that. That's the pattern. Ah, I'm gonna have nightmares about just like building all of these little sorter things. Yeah. Ah, beautiful. There we go. There we have it. After hours and hours of gameplay and tens of thousands of clicks. Yes, I did the math. I have now completed the outer ring. And if I say so myself, It's looking mighty impressive. That's down to 40-some frames. That's a new accomplishment for me. Plus, it's just a lot of fun to fly around and see the ridiculous amount of machines at work here. Yes, I did click all of that. It took me all day. It is actually the next day. I think I'm still clicking. If there's a favorite spot, yeah, it's this one. That's just fancy. Now, you may not believe it, but that actually isn't all the components I need to make. Granted, you don't have to make it this big. At least I don't think you do. You certainly don't have to wrap it into an enormous circle. Well, that's for sure, but it looks cool. And that's what counts. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.